Hello, it's me, Scott, back here with another video. Today we are reacting to a video. It's called My Mom Gave Me Her Heart.
And just so you know, in a different video, we're gonna be doing
Easter
necklaces. That's just to give you a clue, but they're gonna look way better.
We are reacting to My Mom Gave Me Her Heart. That's kind, I guess. I don't know. So with all that being said, let's hop in.
Hi, my name is Kelly. I know I was a bad daughter, but my mother was, without a doubt, the best mother.
No. Probably in that blue basket, maybe?
I just looked.
Oh, 1 second.
Here, I'll talk to
Oh.
You know if it's charged or not?
Probably, considering last night you plugged up before I could use it.
After the death of my father, she decided to control my every step. She literally tormented me with her hypercare. She saw danger in every detail, especially in my hobby of playing basketball. She demanded that I give up the sport, but all my mother's worries, in my opinion, were needless. I was young and completely healthy. What could possibly have happened? But once, right during one of my games.
What could happen? Worst that could happen is you fall and sprain your leg. I don't know.
I felt like
I've never played basketball, so I wouldn't know. I mean, I play a lot, but I've never actually been in a game, so I wouldn't know. So with all that being said, let's go in.
I couldn't breathe. I felt as if my heart was beating right out of my chest, doing a tap dance. My legs gave way, and I fainted to the frightened cries of the crowd. I woke up in the hospital with pain all over my body, and it felt like I had gone through a meat grinder. I was always strong, but when I felt how slow my heart was beating, I got very scared. Later we learned that my heart almost stopped, and I had been just one step away from death. According
Is probably how her mom gave.
How does your heart stop?
to the doctor, my disease is hereditary. Additionally, in my case, this genetic abnormality couldn't be
I don't know how your heart can stop by playing a sport.
diagnosed until the first symptoms appeared. My condition was not only severe, but also deadly. I couldn't...
Pause. Before we do this, go like that. This ain't my channel, but you'll see a like button, and you will want to click
What the hell's going on,
it,
dude?
and it'll turn blue like that. Then you see the subscribe button. Press it, and you press that, and you press that. Okay, so with all that being said, let's go back in.
believe that this was happening to me. Do I have to say goodbye not only to sports, but also to life? According to the doctor, my heart was very weak and could barely function. Only a heart transplant could save me. I simply did not hear the rest of the doctor's words. I only saw my mother's face and her eyes filled with tears. For me, a young and energetic athlete, only darkness remains. I could barely walk along the street without feeling dizzy. I struggled with shortness of breath. My skin turned pale and my legs swelled up and looked like 2 boiled sausages. I could barely feel my fingers because my heart was not strong enough to pump blood well enough. Waiting for a suitable donor sometimes takes years. One of the main conditions for compatibility is the same blood type. But with my rare AB blood type, it is very difficult to find a compatible donor. I understood that perfectly, although everyone around was pretending that everything would work out. nothing will get better. I may not live to see my next birthday. You know, it's scary to lie in a bed staring at the ceiling while listening to the uneven rhythm of your own heart. It's horrifying to realize that life is slipping through your fingers. It's very scary to look at the world outside your window and realize that I most likely will die here, right in this bed. I won't get the chance to have...
Ain't this just the coolest thing? You guys swing this, pull it.
Whoa.
children or my own home. It is terrible to have to think that the guy with whom I was destined to live all my life will have to live it with someone else. But the worst thing was to look at my mother. After my death, she will be completely alone. Mum tried to hide her fear and despair, but she wasn't a good actress. A month before my birthday, my heart failed again. I could barely be saved. I was dying, but I didn't want to spend the rest of my short life inside these gloomy, grey hospital walls. Therefore, they allowed me to stay at home, where doctors would visit me from time to time. My mum did not lose hope and tried to make my last days a little bit happier. One day, in the evening, she entered my room in a new pink dress. I had never seen...
If y'all think this is sad, go down in the comments and comment #sad.
See, like this one.
Seen her look so beautiful. Mum helped me put on a new dress that was my favourite colour, turquoise, and some fancy shoes. I was so happy that I couldn't help but smile. She went down to the living room, and it seemed to me that I was in a fairy tale. The whole living room was decorated with flowers and candles, and my mother invited me to the table, which was beautifully laid out. I asked, "What is the special occasion?" And my mother said that they had found a donor for me. That evening seemed like the happiest of my life. No, not because they found a donor for me, but because I spent the evening with my mother. We were joking, laughing, and crying. Mum told me how she and Dad met, and I told her how I fell in love for the first time. That evening, my mother was not a strict parent. She was just a loving mother. Soon, the evening...
Watch this one.
But no, you didn't have to disband your club, dude, because was curious if we could both own one and both, like, be members of each other.
Turned into the night, and I did not even notice how I fell asleep. I woke up in the hospital ward with wild chest pain. I did not understand what was happening and asked to call my mother, but the doctor reassured me. He said that I should not worry. Visitation would not be allowed for 1 week. All week, I eagerly awaited my mother so that I could share with her the joy of being healthy again. But my mum never came. The doctor handed me a letter from my mother. In the letter, she asked my forgiveness for leaving me alone. My days were running out, and there was practically no chance of finding a donor. She felt she had no other choice. So my mother decided to give me her heart. Later, I learned that my mother came to the hospital with me sleeping in the...
That's just nice.
Yeah, because you got
back seat. She took cyanide and died right on the doorstep of the hospital. She had signed permission for the heart transplant upon her death. She had thought of everything. It's been 15 years since Mum's death. I miss her a lot, but she...
So that's that. That was nice of your mom,
right, but
Kelly.
it did pop up saying that
Let's watch
nice.
this next one.
Okay,
I
next.
need to drink 20 liters of water. Oh.
Coming together makes us stronger.
What are 10 daily objectives, dude?
There's a commercial.
I've got to look into that. It says if I
y'all
complete
in a
10 in the next 10
minute.
days, they'll give me $1 million. What?
Okay.
My name is Ward. I'm
Hi,
17.
Ward.
Do you like
You're 17,
participating
are
in
you?
various sorts of challenges? It seems like a harmless hobby, but it often leads to the terrible consequences. I'm not very popular. I almost don't have any friends, and good-looking girls don't have crushes on me. In addition,
Okay.
my mom and dad are teachers at my school.
Oh,
On the
no,
whole,
that must
my
suck.
parents are everywhere and keep total control. My life is not...
If your guys' parents work at your school, I don't know because my parents don't work at my
Dude,
school.
one of my cars are missing.
Are they actually
Probably
like that to
impounded,
you,
yeah.
like strict, or do you get extra lunch and extra breakfast?
Wait, you get like home lunches, any lunch
Well,
from
the
your
car that's
teacher,
missing-
from your
Was the car I was in when some asshole thought it would be funny
Yeah.
to blow me up?
I don't know, because I don't have... my parents don't work at my school. So, I don't know. If your guys' parents know, please let me know down in the comments how that works. And yeah, because I'd like to know how. And with all that being said, Dad, you're almost at $1 million.
I know, right? I'm gonna go spend some money right now.
Why?
And all fun.
Because I gotta start a business.
Mom is
so my
super proper
freaking
in
club
everything.
will start making money,
Oh,
dude.
come on. I'd rather you buy that house, that one of those $1 million houses. I'd actually save up to buy the pimp house. I mean, Frank, how much more money do you need until you're at 100 or 1 million?
Yeah.
And a real fanatic for healthy eating.
No, I don't know which one to get.
From morning to evening, I chew on broccoli and despise my life.
1 second. Glenn, entertain them while I go puke. That's broccoli.
Ooh, yummy.
Some asshole's trying to blow me up, man.
So,
And he's on one of those flying ass motors. Fucking bitch.
So I'll
dude.
just be making my
He's on one of those flying ass
because I did not
motorcycles, so
plan
he's gonna be a
on.
little bit
So
about it.
I got this stuff right now. I'm spelling my name.
Oh.
L-Y-N, and then I have
Mom is upstairs relaxing.
another N. I do not know if you guys can see this.
Mom just came down.
Ah, that was a Z again. Huh. Sit.
Oh, I think she knows, man.
What? What do I know?
That awesome sauce isn't actually a sauce, it's an expression.
It didn't say awesome sauce. It said sweet sauce.
My video?
No.
Where's my phone? Oh.
It didn't say
I'm
awesome
trying to find
sauce.
the N, but I cannot find
It
another.
said sweet sauce.
Sorry. Okay, you guys, I'm
So
back.
I was thinking like.
Let's get
I
back
thought
to
you meant
reacting.
like the sweet relish.
Ouch. To this video.
Life.
Go jump on
Sugar
the
and Coca-Cola are under a special ban.
That's sad.
But recently, I got a chance to stand out.
Joking, as if-
The coolest guy at
Go
school,
jump on the
Glebe, organized a challenge after school for high school students. Who can drink the most Coca-Cola? It was for his blog, which was quite popular.
Don't do it, dude. I'll give you one hint. I watched this before, and he does it. He shouldn't, though. That's all.
I was invited so they could laugh at me, as I'm always proper and never drank Coca-Cola. But I agreed to participate. We got together.
By the way, the name of the video is I need to drink 20 liters of water every day to stay alive.
Near the school. 7 guys would take part, while everyone else would watch. I wanted to finally show what the quiet ward is capable of. Glebe turned on the camera, started the countdown until the start. I attacked the Coca-Cola, drinking one bottle after the other. For 5 minutes, I didn't stop drinking Coke.
Yeah.
And I won, having drank 5 liters. One more than the second place competitor. I rejoiced, then understood I was losing consciousness. Falling, I felt my head hit the concrete ground. I regained consciousness in the hospital, with an IV drip attached and with bandages around my head. The doctor said my sugar levels skyrocketed. They hardly cleaned me out. In addition, I had a craniocerebral injury from the fall and having hit my head. Mom and Dad were really worried.
That's sad. That must hurt.
But at the same time, were upset with me. They made my diet.
Who gets mad that the kid got hurt? That's like low-key stupid.
Wait, what?
Even stricter and prohibited me from drinking Coca-Cola for the rest of my life. Honestly, at that point, I didn't really want to. But then, strange things started happening with me. I didn't want Coca-Cola, but I did want water. I was constantly drinking and couldn't stop. The thirst was unbearable. At first, Mom was happy for such a good habit, but then began panicking.
So, hey.
My desire for water became uncontrollable.
Yeah? Oh.
I'm curious. I could buy one of the weed ones right now.
I couldn't spend 5 minutes without water. I felt like if I stopped drinking water, I wouldn't remain alive. And all after this damn situation with the Coca-Cola. It got to the point that I kept the fact I was drinking 20 liters per day secret from her. I felt like a bubble that was just about to pop. Water gurgled in my stomach nonstop. I also constantly went to the washroom.
So life story here, y'all, drink water, but don't drink too much. Oh, and
Well, let me get out of my shit, man.
I felt like a bubble that was just about to pop. Water gurgled in my stomach nonstop. I also constantly went to the washroom.
That would make sense. Maybe you slow down on the water there, buddy. Slow down.
But my desire to drink didn't go away. My mouth was like the Sahara Desert, and I drank and drank. Importantly, almost didn't eat. Finally, my mom suspected something was wrong and took me to the hospital, so I got checked out. There was a huge cooler with water out in the hall, and I poured many cups of water into myself. You probably think I should have been enlarged from drinking 20 liters per day. In actuality, I felt completely okay. Just that the thirst had become an obsession. The first day at the hospital, I had a dream. As though I was really young and drinking Coca-Cola non-stop. And also, that I was yelling and calling for my mom. It was all very strange and blurry. But from that day on, nightmares began following me. And while the doctors tried finding the calling for my mom was all very strange and blurry. But from that day on,
That's just this over here.
Okay, so where are you at?
Like this, you see this dude?
Okay, well I'm gonna head
The
over
monster
to the
behind
casino
him?
and take my spin.
Right
I didn't
over
play yesterday, so I shouldn't have a spin waiting for me.
there. He
Are you
just
fucking
freaked
kidding
me
me?
out. What's wrong? Missing
No,
two
both
cars?
my cars are gone.
nightmares began following me. And while the doctors tried finding the cause for my dependence on water, I suffered from the same exact horrid dream over and over. On the fourth day, I couldn't stand it and complained to my parents that I have nightmares in the hospital and I want to go home. Instead of pity, they took me to the local psychologist. There, I found out who I actually was. I told her about the Coca-Cola, the water, the nightmares. I just couldn't stop. That's just how much of it was kept boiling inside. But when she began asking questions, it ended up that I couldn't recall anything before the age of 5. I tried, but my head hurt. I really wanted to drink. I went to the cooler in her office and drank cup after cup. I drank approximately 4 liters of water. The psychologist was shocked. She left to talk to my parents in the hallway, while I continued drinking due to the stress. Another liter, and another. Then she came in with my mom and dad. She explained that all my dreams are memories of my early childhood, and that it was time for my parents to tell the truth. Otherwise, my nervous state would not go away. The truth? I choked on the water. What truth? This is how I found out that I'm not Ward, but Rob. I was adopted.
What's up, Rob?
Did you ever think? I didn't. And of course, I was put in a state of shock. But, if being honest, this wasn't the scariest detail of this whole story. I found out I didn't end up being adopted for nothing. When I was 3 and a half, my parents were deprived of their parental rights, And the whole reason for it was Coca-Cola. When my adoptive parents first saw me, I almost didn't speak and was scared of people. I was a little wild because of my mother's distinct departure. With my father, they spent all their money on alcohol. So that I didn't cry and ask for food, she constantly gave me sweet Coke. One day, she gave me so much I ended up in intensive care. I was intoxicated. Like this time. They pumped it out and deprived my parents of their rights. Then I drank water like a crazy person. As before, that Coca-Cola had replaced water for me. This is why my adoptive mother was so attentive to my diet. Maybe this is the reason for my rabid thirst now. I spent another day in the hospital before receiving the analysis, but they showed something completely unexpected. My dependence on water was not a psychological trauma. In reality, the production of the hormone vasopressin was disrupted, which regulates the level of fluid in the body. It caused diabetes insipidus, which means I would have to undergo lengthy treatment. Do you think that it was all because of Coke? No, just that because of Glebe's stupid challenge, I fell and got a craniocerebral injury. Because of the strong hit, the production of hormone was disrupted. It is produced by the pituitary gland in the brain. Jesus, it'd have been better if I never took part in this stupid challenge. Who knew that this small decision would completely change my whole life? Have you had the same thing happen? When one little thing changed
that it was a flying one.
everything? Share it in the comments. By the way, I did become popular.
Yeah, Dad, I told you that. Dad.
Okay, it was Scott that told me.
Glebe's video, where I drank 5 liters of Coke, got 1 million views. What do you think? Can we beat dumb Glebe together with this video? To do so, give this video a like and subscribe.
I just went. Yesterday, my last spin, I was 1 in front of the car. This time I was 1 behind the.
Hey, you still got loads of money. 30,000, not that much. Daddy, do you have enough for? Do you have $1 million yet?
Almost, dude, almost. I need
Well, you guys, I'm gonna end this video off here on this note. Please give it a big thumbs up, like I said earlier.
1.2 million to buy the cocaine.
So everyone should have 2 necklaces.
Why 2?
Because we're each making one for them.
Okay. So with all that being said, I'm gonna end the
Right
video
now
off
he's kind of doing stuff with his sister, so.
now. So see y'all later. Peace.
Wait, Scott,
See
should
y'all
we also
later.
make some for like Bubba, YY, Peyton? I mean not Peyton, William, and Nathan, because we're gonna have Easter with them too.
Yeah, true. See y'all later.
And they have Easter presents for us.
Peace out.
Man.